Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Omomi, aka Petite Diva, and in this video we are discussing being the poor friend. Now, there's been the ugly friend in the friend group. There is now being the poor friend in the friend group, and this video is inspired by a particular guy who was talking about the shame of being the friend that is the poor friend, the one that has not achieved a lot like the other friends in the friend group, and how it affects how people like that who feel that they are the poor friends associate with other people and even go about their life and even affects their self-esteem. So in this video we're going to be checking out people talking about being the poor friend, what people who are richer than them do, how they feel being the poor friend, how they feel when they were the poor friend growing up, and how they feel as the poor friend now that they're adults. And then I'll come back to share my own thoughts. Now, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are not yet subscribed and you like videos such as this, please consider subscribing by clicking on the red button that says subscribe. And don't forget to click on the bell notification icon by the side so that you're notified anytime I upload videos. Now let's get into this video.
Nobody really talks about the shame of when you're not in the place that you want to be in life and you hadn't seen people in a while, maybe friends, maybe there's a high school reunion, maybe you don't care to see those people ever again, but maybe there are some people that you'd like to see, but not yet, because you're ashamed of yourself. You look at yourself in the mirror, or just, career-wise, financially, you're just like, not yet. Let me get my life together. But then years pass by, and your life is still not together yet. And that's got to with you mentally. Like, it's got to make you feel like you're coming undone just a tad. And it's not your fault. There's nothing wrong with you, right? I think the narrative, which is ad nauseum, is, oh, it's your fault, for X, Y, and Z. And it's your responsibility to do whatever you can. Some of us have a lot of money and power and privileges, and that doesn't just necessarily guarantee an easy and happy life, because money doesn't buy happiness, but it buys freedom. And freedom is a component to happiness. And when you don't have a lot of money, enough money to pay the bills, that's got to fuck with you. That has got to be really bad for your mental health. And there's just generations of young people that are not able to adult. Even though we're grown people now, we're not able to adult. And we've isolated ourselves.
So I'm the poorest friend in one particular friend group I have, and I was telling my homegirl, I was like, I'm the poorest friend, right? And she was like, no, you're not, no. And it's not so much that I'm poor, it's that they're really rich. So she goes, Jackie doesn't make as much money as you. I'm like, Jackie's getting her PhD in one of the most prestigious institutions in the world. Like, yeah, sure, right now she might not have a lot of money, but soon when every single government is asking for her consultation, she'll be just fine. And I'll just be doing my silly little TikToks and Instagram videos and doing my silly little TV shows and theater gigs.
I'm going to my friend's birthday dinner tonight, and I am so anxious because I'm no longer going to be the friend who can spend without thinking twice. I'm the broke friend. I am the broke friend now. I'm just not in the same financial place that I used to. So I'm thinking about this dinner like, damn, I'm about to be the bitch who's literally calculating how much fucking water is. I'm going to be the bitch not ordering an appetizer. In fact, I'm going to be the bitch who's not drinking. And it's not because I'm on a goddamn diet. So all that to say, because I am rushing, right? It's going to be hard navigating my social life now, not having a job, not being able to spend the bread, going to spend $300 on dinner like I used to. And I know I'm not the only one who's experienced this, so give me some tips. What's the best way about navigating your social life? When do you say no and when do you say yes while you're broke? Because baby, one thing about me, I'm going to be fine, but I'm going to fake it until I make it. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to be a broke baddie tonight, so this is the fit. I'm not doing too much. I'm running late. Ta-ta, ladies.
Okay, so I don't care what nobody say. Like, I don't look down on nobody for what they don't have, because I understand everybody be going through hard times, but I don't want to kick it with nobody that's always broke. Like, that's just really irritating, because people who be broke, like, they don't understand that they in survival mode, and they don't even notice when they be trying to use people. Like, no, I don't want nobody coming around me. You always trying to smoke up my smoke. You always trying to drink up my drink. Like, no, like, I don't want to be bothered with that. Absolutely not. And then, like, you ain't never got no gas money, like, nothing to contribute to the kick it. Absolutely not.
I've come to terms with the fact that at this point in my life, I cannot afford friends. I cannot afford brunch every single weekend. I cannot afford concerts every month. I cannot afford 10 birthdays in June. I cannot afford trips to God knows where. I cannot afford it. I can't even imagine being a bridesmaid or being in a wedding right now. That would set me back financially to a point of no return. And it's so funny because sometimes I see these large friend groups and part of me is like, wow, like that is so cool and that must be really nice. And then reality sets back in and makes me realize, like, you cannot afford that. And I've seen some people talk about this before, but not enough of how much of a luxury friendship is. It costs a lot of money to maintain and to create new friendships. And I'm in a place where I'm just surviving. The economy is what it is. I don't even know how people are going out. I mean, if I go out one weekend, I have to live like a monk the following weekend. So I really do need to pick my battles wisely these days. And having a lot of friends just is very expensive. And then on top of that, I'm expected to date. I'm
not gonna lie, bro. When you are broke and poor, bro, it is like one of the worst feelings you could have, bro. When these people say money cannot buy you happiness, bro, they are just a bunch of broke liars, dude. Like, right now, I probably have like $60 to my name right now, and it literally feels like hell. Like, I just spent like at least like $9 on a meal, and like, although I ate that shit, bro, I did not feel rewarded at all. Cause now I have $57 in my account, and I literally don't get paid until this Friday, so I am kind of fucked. Like, you will literally always have to skip out on plans, and like, you know, if someone says, hey man, you want to go out and eat, I just gotta be like, oh no, bro, I can't right now, man. I gotta go home. I don't have to go home. I'm just broke. Like, I'm literally just broke. And it sucks because the only money I can use now is freaking gas, and now I have to go be putting in like $7 gas every now and then just so I can freaking survive, dude. Like, I don't want to make it seem like I'm some kind of freaking refugee from Syria, but Jesus Christ, bro, being like broke and poor kind of sucks right now. But I am in college, you know, it is my first freaking year. So, hey, we'll see what happens. Hopefully, I get some money somehow, but I don't know. Because I'm not gonna lie, low-key TikTok has saved me a few times. Where one time I was really dry broke, and somehow there's like $125 off of like this one little MF Doom hoodie that like I sponsored or something. Like, I got hella hate on that video, but people were buying that shit. So, hey, I was chilling with that. Why is there a man literally looking at me right now? Whatever.
being perpetually and concerningly broke all the time sucks. And I said, you know what? As a songwriter, as an artist, I'm gonna come on TikTok. I know that I have to, but I'm gonna make it something that I want to do. You know what I'm saying? All right. So I'm gonna use TikTok to document the process of me growing as an artist, growing as a songwriter. How cool will it be to look back on these moments and be like, wow, if only I knew how far I'd go. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not on some weird like TikTok bullshit. I just started songwriting yesterday. Like, this has been my whole life leading up to this, and I'm actually now getting placements. I'm starting to move forward in all of this after spending, you know, so much time in the studio writing and building a catalog and blah blah blah. I'm on here documenting this shit, and today I want to talk about how much it sucks to be broke. Nobody likes being broke, okay? But if you're also broke and you're also pursuing the thing that you've always wanted to pursue, and you're fucking right, you're doing it. It just requires time. It requires time and opportunity, and you just have to be patient, and I'm cool with all of that. But sometimes I hate being fucking broke. It makes me fight more with my partner. It makes me fight more internally, because I'm like, do I suck? Am I terrible at this? And I know I'm not. But it's also like, oh my fuck. I have nothing constructive to say at all whatsoever. I just wanted to come on here and see if there's anybody else who's concerningly and perpetually broke all the fucking time.
Shout out you, for real. You're not alone. You're not alone.
You are the broke friend. I've been the broke friend for so long, I can give you how to do this. One thing you need to do is you need to prep the team before you go out.
You got a lot of rich friends, Zach.
I got a lot of rich friends.
Like a lot.
But prep the team. Let the team know you broke.
Right. Okay.
Okay?
Don't surprise them.
Surprise the rich friends with your brokenness.
That
Let them
off.
know you broke. You really want them at a point where they're begging you to go. Okay? So you need to be at the crib.
Listen. He's telling the truth. You telling the truth.
You need to be at the point where everybody getting ready. You be like, nah, I'm cool. I'm gonna stay in, y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all be cool.
Yeah.
And then they be like, no, come on. You be like, nah, I'm cool. I'm just gonna chill. And they be like, bro, I got you. All right, man, I'll go.
Yeah.
So then now the tone, everybody know you broke, right? Okay. So your broke friends got you. Now, second rule.
Your rich friends.
Your rich friends got you. Do not lean on the richest friend the most. Okay. Spread your brokenness around to the group. To the group. Little thing based off income levels. You know what I'm saying? You have to spread your brokenness around. You know what's the name took care of you last time y'all ate or last time y'all went out. You ain't gonna go right back to him because now you irritating the hell out of him.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? Go to somebody else and let them have your back. And then when there are things that you can afford, that you can take care of, don't look for them. You step up for those cheeseburgers. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's White Castle after the thing, after the club. You step up. Guess what? It's some things that's like service, like somebody got to drive, everybody lit. You step up, I'll drive because I'm broke. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no money. So I have to do the little things. You don't get to be broke and be like, oh, I'm sitting in the passenger side. Get your broke ass in the middle. You know what you do. You squeeze. You be uncomfortable because you're broke.
You pardon.
You pardon right here.
Because I hate a broke person with the audacity.
Oh.
I hate a broke person with audacity. It drives me nuts. Like, you have so much audacity with no money.
With no money.
Oh, yeah. You pardon.
Oh, you think you're going to lead the line walking into the club?
Yeah.
No, you get in the middle because you broke.
Or you tell your broke friend.
Ooh.
Wait a minute. Wait. Go ahead. Lead the line.
You know, as guys, you walking up to the club.
Oh my God.
You can't walk in the front like you got money or say so in anything that's going down.
Oh my God.
And you don't want to be last because you don't want to be left out.
I've actually been a broke friend on a trip. I've been broke. I've been in Miami down bed on my ass. And then crazy enough, you would learn from me. But would I expect anyone to come on the internet, post about it, throw it in my face, so that millions of people can then judge it? All right.
I just want to say that I would never cut off one of my friends because they're like not financially stable or broke. You know what I'm saying? Like, but if I say like, let's go out, and you hit me with the, yo, shorty, like, I don't have the funds for this right now. Like, I need to save. I don't have any money. That's fine. I'm gonna hit you with the like, yo, I got you. Don't even worry about it. Like that's what friendship is for. But if we agree that we're going out and you start ordering drinks like you got the means to pay for it, and then when the bill comes around, you toss it my way talking about I don't got the funds for this right now. Why were you ordering drinks out of your means then? Like, I'm not even beating on a guy for being broke. Because if you're broke, that's one thing. But if you're broke, don't ordering shit as if you got the means to do so. And then when the bill comes around, you toss that shit to your friend talking about, I can't pay this. What?
We severely underestimate the impact that growing up in poverty has on people's lives. And even if a person does grow out of poverty or works their way out of poverty or is given financial freedom, how that impacts them for the rest of their entire life. Sometimes we say it as like a little jokey joke, but even if you think about like the way that people eat, like you can tell if somebody grew up poor by the way that they eat. Like I catch myself doing it a lot too. People who grow up in scarcity or who grow up having to miss meals typically eat like they are eating their last meal because they don't know when their next meal will be. And it's just a trauma response that's so deeply ingrained. Like I catch myself doing it. I had therapy earlier, and yes, I am a therapist who goes to therapy, and my therapist had to let me know, like, you are not at the beginning anymore. And I literally had a breakdown hearing that. And I know I'm going to be vulnerable. I had a whole breakdown. Why? Because it's very easy to feel like the world can be snatched from up under your feet at any moment, especially when you grow up having nothing. the impacts that has on a person's body, on a person's mental health, on a person's well-being, on a person's emotions, it can't be measured. It is like can't be measured. If you grew up poor, if you grew up impoverished, if you grew up in any circumstance that was out of your control, if you felt like you had nothing, I want to just say you are doing better than you think you are, baby. And I know sometimes you might not feel super secure, but you are not alone. You are not alone, and you can do it. Love you down. Bye.
Guys, I am so triggered by all of the broke friend on the trip discourse right now because I was the broke friend. I remember in college going on 2 trips with my girls and I just did not have the most money. And I am so grateful that they did not decide to go on TikTok or Twitter or say, I am the broke friend. That Mo is so broke. I just feel like what's missing from this conversation is sisterhood and transparency. It is the broke friend's job to be transparent and saying that they do not have as much money as the other girls. They like to go on the trip. This is what they can afford. Can they still go? How do they feel? And it is the sisterhood of the friends to be like, you know what, girl, we got you here. We don't got you here. Maybe you could come on the next trip. Maybe we could do something together in town, but we're gonna, like sisterhood, transparency. There just needs to be a little bit more grace all around and kindness. It's good to be good. I am just triggered and I'm so grateful that my friends were just like, oh, we got you, girl. Pull up, whatever you can't do, maybe we'll do together. We won't do this together. Just kindness and friendship. I'm just thankful.
Do you think it's possible to have close relationships with people who are wealthier than you? That's the question behind today's Hello Hayes advice letter. I'm going to read it to you now and then we'll talk about it in real time. Hello Hayes. I come from a lower middle class family and I have a super rocky relationship with them. Because I go to a prestigious private college, I'm surrounded by people who can't relate. It seems like my friends' lives are pretty much perfect when it comes to family and finances, while I'm secretly sitting on years of student debt to cover. Whenever I try to open up to friends or romantic partners about these things, they just don't understand. They're often impressed that I'm breaking the cycle of financial stress and emotional trauma, but it's still where I'm from and part of who I am. I haven't even made a life for myself yet. My ex-boyfriend's family was great, but sometimes it was uncomfortable that they would fly me out for things or offer to send us on expensive vacations. In the future, how does one navigate romantic relationships or friendships when you come from different socioeconomic statuses? I'm 20 years old. At what point do my parents' finances still matter? How do I cope with all of this? Yours, the poor friend.
I think when it comes to growing up poor, a lot of people don't understand, the hard parts of being poor as a kid. It's not even just about getting bullied at school or wearing the same clothes. Nigga, we talking about you wake up in the morning, right? Let's say it's the weekend. So you ain't finna go to school, no breakfast, no lunch. You wake up in the morning, lights off, gas off. You look in the refrigerator, mind you, lights off, electricity, gas off, refrigerator don't work. Look in that big refrigerator, hot as hell, none in that bit. Mind you, you waking up in the morning. Go about you a kid, so you still going outside hooping at some more shit. Nigga, you fasting without even trying to. Body just break it down all the glycogen you got left. Nigga, what you talking about? You go back in the crib, sweating hard as fuck. Mind you, water warm as hell. Look in the refrigerator. No food in that bit. You get so hungry, you get delusional to think that some food finna pop up in the refrigerator, nigga. On God. There ain't no food in there. You already knew that, but you know what I'm saying, your mind in circles type shit because you hungry as fuck. You go back outside, chill. And it's so crazy because you're literally outside to pass time. You're not even outside because you want to be all the time. You outside to pass time, right? And I'm saying this to say this, be grateful for what you have, because as a kid, I literally know how it feels to not eat all day. We talking about not when a motherfucker tell you, I ain't eat all day, God, leave. And they had the option to eat. We talking about eat all day, and the nigga didn't have the option.
Being the broke friend is so complicated, and I feel like people don't talk about it enough, so I want to talk about it. I've got too much time on my hands at the moment because I'm on a career break, but one of the things I've been thinking about is my relationship with money, where I'm at now, like where it stems from, and like the journey that I've been on. And one of the most pivotal and like forming parts of my relationship with money is when I felt like I was the broke friend. Obviously no one told me I was a broke friend. I definitely was for like a good 6 or 7 years. So the indicators to me that made me realise, or made me think that I was the broke friend, was that I felt like I was always the one that couldn't do things, thinking, okay, can I do that? How much is that going to be? Oh, I don't know if I can do it. And I'd always come up with some sort of excuse. I wouldn't say it's because I don't have the money. If you feel like your friends are doing well and you feel like you're not quite in that position, or the position where you want to be, there is this embarrassment about admitting that you can't do something. I think another thing was I had a lot of fear around money, like the lack of it. So any money that I did have, I just wanted to hold on to it because I wasn't totally sure where it was coming from next, if you know what I mean. And then the credit card entered the chat. Like having that reliance on the credit card sort of fund my life so that I didn't feel like I was missing out was, yeah, it's a trap. They trap you. Me anyway, I kind of felt like I wasn't always a good friend because like I couldn't do things, or like I felt like I probably maybe couldn't say anything, so then I would not come, or like not go to the event, or like just not do anything and always be in my house, and it kind of like antisocial kind of thing. And yeah, like sometimes when you feel like you don't have money, you feel like you can't be social and like get involved in things because you can't afford it. And it's not a very nice feeling. Like it's like it makes you feel embarrassed, it makes you feel lonely. Well, for me anyway, it made me feel like I was a failure, like I was like the worst one in my group kind of thing, my friend group and stuff. And yeah, those feelings can be like quite difficult to manage. I remember I was working front of house at a theatre, didn't really pay very well. My friends wanted to plan a holiday to Spain. Never been to this part of Spain before, so I was really excited to like go because it was like going to be a proper like good vibe. It was only for like 5 days, and I was like yeah, like I really want to go. I used my overdraft to go. I'm not gonna lie, it was a really good holiday and I'm so glad I went, but I couldn't afford to go. But I didn't want to say no because I'd always been the one that like said no, and I feel like it got to the point where people keep asking and I keep saying no, I'm going to stop getting asked. So yeah, I used my overdraft to go on this holiday, and it was a wicked holiday, but I was paying that off for ages when I came back. So yeah, I just felt like I don't see many people talk about being the broke friend enough, or feeling like you're the broke friend in your friendship group. I still feel like I can't afford to do things. Like even last year, my friend wanted to go to the theatre, and I looked at the theatre tickets, and like knowing that I had a career break coming up and these tickets were like £120 whatever, I was like, I can't do it. But the thing is, I wasn't honest about it. I felt like, even then I felt like I couldn't say it, and it's just weird, like the hold that it has on you. Like I don't know, does anyone else feel like that? Maybe it's just me. There's so many kind of like different sides to feeling like you're the one in your friendship group that can't afford to do things, and it's just so, yeah, it's really personal, but it's also like I feel like a lot of people feel that way, and it's like a really difficult thing to shift the mindset of as well. It's just interesting. I just wondered if anyone else has ever been the broke friend, or like felt like you're the broke one in your friendship group, and like, do you still feel that way? How do you manage it? Yeah, it's just a bit of a strange one. But yeah, has anyone else felt that way?
I grew up as the poor friend. Let's talk about it. So I'm from Honolulu, Hawaii, and I went to a private art school growing up that was incredibly expensive, and the only reason I was able to go is because I had scholarship and financial aid. I come from a single family household, and we could not afford a private school, let me tell you. But because I attended this school, a lot of my peers, they had money, okay? They had gorgeous homes, they all lived on the beach, they got multiple beautiful cars, they got money. And as somebody who grew up in a walk-up apartment, who slept in the same bedroom as her father on a little mattress on the floor, you know, it was hard. It was hard for me. There is so much shame that can come with feeling like you are the poor friend, especially when you don't have anybody else in your life that is in a similar journey as you. Like, if I had at least one person that had a similar upbringing as me, I would have felt less alone. But because I had nobody, it felt extremely polarizing and came with so much shame. Shame that I'm still working through till this day because it sticks with you. Like, I vividly remember till this day when I allowed one of my best friends to pick me up at my apartment for the first time. I wouldn't allow people to pick me up. I was that ashamed of people seeing where I lived. I was literally like that girl in the Cheetah Girls. I forget her name, but I was literally her. Like, I'd be like, yeah, you can drop me off here. And then I would like walk home to another place that like wasn't where they dropped me off. Like, that was me. Or if people did end up dropping me off eventually, I would get this like sinking feeling in my chest where I'm like, oh, they have to see where I live. Like, ugh. I don't want that. They're gonna think differently of me, which they never did, but that was like always the internal monologue that I had, being the poor friend. And mind you, I was not poor growing up. I had everything I could have ever needed. My mom and dad provided everything for me, and I'm so unbelievably grateful. But this is just how I felt, right? Because of who I was surrounded by. And I hung out with people who had a lot of money, that were the cool kids, that were the popular kids throwing all the parties, who had beach houses, you know, and I just was not that at all. I was not even close to that. And it was so easy to compare myself to my peers and my friends.
And one thing that I can't speak on is how much money someone needs to bring on a trip, because I've been that broke friend on the girls' trip. I've been that bitch that come with only $100 or $200. Because here's the thing, you think in your mind, okay, the hotel's paid for, the travel's paid for, everything's paid for, and everything is not paid for. Then you take your couple $100 and you're like, okay, if I only spend this much a day, but then hoes want to do extra stuff. They want to go extra places. They want to do extra activities that you did not plan for. But the thing about me is I'm discreet with it. I'm not telling nobody I'm broke. There will be signs, though. I'm sure my friends noticed that I only order water everywhere. I'm sure they noticed I wasn't getting no souvenirs. Y'all trying to go to another club? Okay, well, I'll put the Uber on my card. Y'all cash out me. Because I only got $3 left in my account, but I can overdraft. I can't cash app you my part, but I can overdraft. And I got Chime, so there's no overdraft fees. So that's the thing. If you're going to go on vacation broke, just keep it to yourself. Don't let nobody know, because then they will throw it in your face later on. They will say your broke ass was on vacation and I was paying for you, and you don't want to be that person.
I'm the kind of friend that's going to pay for things, especially if I'm financially able to do that, because I just like taking care of my friends, and I don't keep track of who paid for what or whose turn it is. I don't ask you to sell me for the coffee or drinks. Like, I'm just not that friend.
I was the poor friend, and when I mean poor, I mean lights cut, gas cut, had to drop out of school. I was in college, had to dip up out of there, could not afford it anymore. And my friends disappeared on me once I started elevating, and I was gagged because I thought that these people were going to be around for the long haul. They were going to be happy when I started elevating my mind, elevating my thinking, telling myself, oh, I got to get out of Brownsville, Brooklyn. I got to go back to school. I got to find a way. When I mean, I was so determined to leave the trenches. I was so determined to leave my house and find another way. And when I did, they disappeared. And you could say, oh, I switched up, but ain't that what we supposed to do? And I'm supposed to change, and I'm supposed to change for the better. So why is it that when I'm starting to change, I'm getting backhanded compliments? And one thing about it, I was clocking a lot of micro expressions because I grew up in a toxic environment sometimes, so I'm hyper aware of when people are doing these facial expressions when they say, oh, congrats, but it's like they trying to frown with it. So it was just too much, and I'm just like, I can't be around y'all because y'all are holding me back. And it's sad, but it's the truth. And being the poor friend, it might take a little while for you to catch on, but once you catch on, don't look back. I'm being honest with you. These people never had good intentions for you, and they literally had you around to make themselves feel better. And on top of that, they don't feel like you deserve the success that you obtained because you were so poor. How could you? How dare you? How dare you elevate on me? It's mine, not yours.
Being poor has made me a boring person because I can't exactly afford to like have hobbies. Like, my hobbies include watching TV and reading a book, because that's kind of all I can afford to do. I can't afford to like go to a Pilates class or to pick up painting or anything like that. I can't afford to like go pay for those things. So as a result, I think I am, as an adult, a very boring person because I can't like go out and do these things.
I just watched this like 3 or 4 minute video with this girl who was talking about why she can't be friends with people anymore that make less money than her. And So basically she says her and her friends were going to go on a trip. She messages her friend, hey, I found the perfect Airbnb. It was really nice, but it was like super expensive, knowing that her friend makes a lot less money than her. She sends it over to her friend. Her friend says, wow, like that's really nice. And she goes, I already booked it. So her friend obviously responds with, you're stressing me out. Like you're stressing me out a little bit because holy shit, you just sent me this thing. I didn't even have time to like process it, to think about it. You tell me it's already booked and it's really expensive. And you know, I don't have a lot of money right now. So now it's like this imposition where she is on the hook to paying for a part of that she didn't actually agree to. But the girl, the original girl, she's like, oh no, like don't worry, I've got it all. Insinuating that her friend doesn't need to pay for anything. And then she says, okay, after I told her that I had everything, I was expecting her to come back and be like, no, let me pay some of it. Let me at least pay for all the dinners. Let me at least pay for the drinks. And she was angry that didn't happen, that her friend was just like, okay, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Why are you offering to give something to someone if you're not actually offering to give it to them? If something is a gift, you don't expect to be paid back for it. Like, it's just, I don't know, very weird to me. And then, so she says they ended up going out for dinner one night, and she paid for the dinner. That's your own prerogative. You decided to pay for that dinner. If you didn't want to pay for the dinner, why did you pay for the dinner? And then you offer to pay for the dinner and then just like hold it against the people who you paid for. This is weird. And then she says on the last night they went out for drinks, and then when the waitress came over to ask them how they were paying, her friend said, oh, we'll split it. And she goes, I thought that was so tacky. I just paid for the Airbnb. I just paid for the dinner. I blah, blah, blah. Like, you should at least offer to pay. Okay, you know what? Maybe it would have been nice. It would have been nice if they offered to pay. Sure. But not because you paid for the Airbnb, simply because you paid for the dinner yesterday. Because when you paid for the Airbnb, you said, don't worry about it. So here you are, and you're like keeping score. You're like keeping score. You're like saying, okay, well, here I am because I got the Airbnb, and then I got the dinner, and you're still down here, and you haven't contributed anything. When the reality is, you said, I got the Airbnb, but then you said, don't worry about it. And then also, why are you keeping score? And when she said the tacky thing, like, dude, that just got me. Like, being poor, being broke is tacky. Like, what? I became a millionaire at 30, and I didn't, like, drop all of my friends when I hit that level of net worth. Me being a millionaire has never been a problem in my friend groups because I don't make it a problem. Because if I want to do something that other people can't afford to do, then I pay for it. Because you can't afford to do it and I want to do it and I'm telling you to come along, so I'm gonna pay. And I'm never expecting anything back in return.
Okay, so we've seen what people have to say about being the poor friend, being the broke friend, how it affects them, how it affects their relationship with friends, how it affects their lifestyle. I would love to hear what you think about it. Do you have any experience as being the poor friend? And do you understand what people are saying about being the poor friend, being the broke friend? So please leave your comment in the comment section. Now, personally, I understand what people are saying about being the poor friend because I've been the poor friend. Imagine being the poor friend, the ugly friend, the one that's an introvert. It's just a bad combination because there are some times that I've just felt like I cannot go out. There are some times I'll be invited to things. I would say it's my introverted personality that is making me not to go out and dress. But it's more than that because if they invite me at a point where I'm feeling very terrible, apart from being the introvert, I'm not feeling my skin, I'm not feeling anything, and then I'm feeling like I've not achieved what I'm supposed to achieve at my age, or if I'm just being broke at that time, I'm not going anywhere. And I will just try to avoid being in communication with people. And it's really a mess because it does a lot to how far you can go in life. Because it's not like you're not trying. Like the guy said, you're trying, you're doing everything, but it's not working out the way you have expected. And then you are seeing other people's life going forward, and you're feeling like, would they be saying things about you? Would they look at you in a particular way? You yourself, you're feeling unworthy of being with such people. You feel like when you see such people, you're going to be reminded that you are not where you thought you would be. You've not achieved what you thought you would achieve. And for me, I've had times where I felt like that. There's some times where things have been working out, and because things are working out and things are going the way I expected or even better than I expected, I would be associated with people. I would keep mind. I would try to overcome my introverted personality and force myself to go for things. So, because at that point in time, I feel like, okay, I'm on the same standing, or I have a standing that would make me able to not feel a particular kind of way or not feel shame. But the period where things have been just out of proportion for me, I just don't want to associate with anybody. Even in the WhatsApp group, I'm not saying anything because I don't want people to remember me. I don't want people to say they want to call me, because I just feel like I'm not where I'm supposed to be, and I feel like I'm the one that is the poor person, the poor friend. And also, like I said, I've never felt conventionally pretty, so that is a bad combo to have at a particular point in time. So I understand being the poor friend, I understand being the broke friend. Now, I don't know what I would say about how you can how you can overcome the thoughts that comes with you realizing, or you being the poor friend or the broke friend, because really the only way to get to a point where you are not allowing it to affect yourself and you are feeling confident is to get the cash. Honestly, to get the cash, to get the achievements that you've always wanted. And it's not like you're lazy, you're putting in the effort, but it's just like everything is just not working for you. And then you see people that things are working for, people that have things easy, people that they have a backing, and then you're looking at your own backing, you're looking at what's going on, you're looking at all you've done, and it's not working. It's like you are not lucky. So I don't know. I really would love if anybody has a suggestion about people just being the poor friend and the thoughts that people will have and how to overcome it. I would love to hear it. So please leave your comment in the comment section. But personally, seeing some of the things that people have said, because honestly, the honest truth is, the only way to overcome that particular feeling that comes with being a poor friend and how it can affect your relationship is to get into the same wealth group or same achievement group as a friend, because you would feel a particular kind of way when you see people achieving things and you're not achieving things and you're putting in the effort. Now, if you're not putting the effort, if you're not doing anything, if you're just looking, it's a different case. But when you're putting in the effort and things are not working out well, you're definitely going to be avoiding people and avoiding things, because you don't want to be reminded of how you might be a failure because things are not the way it is. Yes, things might change in the future, but I think it's okay for humans to feel that particular kind of way at that time. Yes, you might start to feel things will get better and motivate yourself. But at that particular time, it's okay for people to feel that they are not where they're supposed to be and be sad about not being where they're supposed to be. But it's not okay to just stay and say, oh, I've tried everything and it's not working. Keep on grinding till it works out. One day, maybe God will favor you. One day, maybe things will change for you. One day, maybe you win the lottery and become a multimillionaire overnight. I don't know. But I don't know. Anyway, that's what I think about this discourse. I would love to hear your own thoughts. So please leave your comment in the comment section so that we can get this discussion popping. Now, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are not yet subscribed and you like videos such as this, please consider subscribing by clicking on the red button that says subscribe. And don't forget to click on the bell notification icon by the side so that you're notified anytime I upload videos. Now, with all that said, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.